Good evening and welcome to tonight's show. For those of you who are watching Europe, welcome back. For those of you who are not for some disgusting reason, welcome to the show. We're here for one European game. No, we're not. We're here for one North American game. Dan, why have you said that? I'm joined by Dan. He's been very rude already. It was his birthday yesterday, but that passed 10 minutes ago. So, yeah. So there's that. Congratulations to yesterday. But now we're into today, Dan. You've got to move on. You've got to get past this.
That's just going to be hard, James. I clearly was deeply involved. Clearly deeply attached to living up the birthday dream, but now it's gone.
Yes,
How will I recover? How will I recover?
I'm sure you'll manage. Well, maybe then you can recover with CLG versus NRG, which is going to be our game today. And our pre-game, Dan, is brought by the Score Esports.
Or will I be set further into shock? I don't know, James. It's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, with the way the map pool is, it's going to be carnage. I mean, CLG are a team that you would absolutely favour, or despite the fact that they are somewhat inconsistent, and at least they're not a top 58 team, James.
At least they're not a top 58 team, Dan. That is true.
Well, I suppose they are in the top 58 somewhere, but
well, so they are, yeah, indeed. So I guess.
Actually, I think Thorin had them at number 8. I think on his list for May on his rankings. But either way, the way the maps will go, of course, Dust 2 will start things off. Obviously, that's a great map for both teams. For NRG, that's fantastic because Peter can really get going, and but again, on the other side of the coin, you got JDM. The battle of the Orc will be really interesting, and just generally speaking, like it can be a very high octane map if both teams want to play chaotically.
So we can see that CLG banned Inferno. NRG seem to get train every single best of 3. Apart from one.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who it was against. But say from one, I think, which may have been Luminosity. I'm not really sure. Apart from that one, they always get trained. And it seems to be their go-to map. It's always their first pick.
Yeah, this is the weird thing. I think we make this point almost every single time now of NRG. It is clearly, one of their best maps. I'm not sure if it is always going to be their best map. I think there's always going to be a bit of inconsistency here and there. But it's clearly a really strong map for them that they want to choose whenever they get the opportunity to do so. And they've had some of their best results have been on that map. So giving them that map repeatedly seems to be somewhat of an error. And when you're a CLG, you're doing vetoes against NRG. NRG do not have as deep of a map pool. That's one of their issues, is that their map pool is not very deep. So this should be an easily abusable or exploitable factor for their opponents. However, we're yet to really see much abuse or exploitation there whatsoever. So that's interesting. But what it does mean is that we'll get a very interesting series, because these first 2 maps actually mean that NRG could win this series, which would be a big upset because CLG should be in the top 3 of the ladder, of the league standings. It's not really ladder, but but yeah. And they're currently 2nd as well. So so this is a really good shot for NRG to kind of jump out of the mid-table and start to ascend, to elevate themselves to glorious positions.
Well, it is going to be starting soon. Our first map, Dust 2. I mean, do you have any expectations? I expect
chaos.
No? Chaos? Fair enough. I mean, obviously, JDM and Peter will be important tools for their side.
I think Peter has to perform, basically. That has to happen for them to win.
He pretty much always does, though.
And that's the thing, isn't it?
Which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the same can be said for JDM. He pretty much always performs for his team. But I do feel like while his team are inconsistent, they have improved around him on certain maps, such as Cobblestone, which we're not seeing today, where previously you could see them relying quite heavily on JDM, but there's more of a team unit. So we'll see if that carries on into Dust 2 as well. I think the knife is getting underway at the moment, so we should be into it very soon. So no score prediction from you or anything like that?
No, not really. I think basically NRG can win this series, but they can only happen in 2 maps, whereas for CLG, they obviously, across the entire best of 3, they have a good shot. But these are good maps for NRG. I mean, NRG are only particularly dangerous if they have a Dust 2 and a train in the mix. And lo and behold, we have both of these maps for them to play. So they must be feeling great with how the veto went. And it should be a pretty interesting match, actually, the way the maps are going for us. So we're in for an exciting one. And already it's kicking off with a pistol, of course, as we can see NRG starting off on the CT side and CLG starting off on the T side. Got B with that aggressive cat take just to make sure that they can get some info early into the pistol round.
Indeed, and no players in Suicide or further means that CLG will have no idea about Godby's position, but he's not overextending just yet. He will hear some noise being made by FugLy. He's trying to hide around the corner, but he's been spotted. Will he win the duel, though? He's close enough to be one-tap, where he was. Now he's going to get shot in the face, but now he was further away, so he will survive. Meanwhile, CLG are pushing up long with 4 people. LEGIJA has to take down Cutler straight away. Gonna shoot through the smoke, both players taking damage.
And Peter's going to try to creep through here, and he might just find a really nice angle if Tarik's not looking, but Tarik is looking again, and he'll lose that battle 1 versus 1, and now Silent, Cobb and Justin need to get it done. Not much help from Cobb, he's in a precarious position in that sense. His teammates need to cause distraction for him to capitalize, and now the engagements are found. Double peaks coming in here. Hazed very low, but able to pick off Silent, and Justin, a really fast headshot there. Cobb's on 2 HP. What is he going to possibly do with this? The flash actually, is that a team flash there, or was that a flash on Cobb? I'm not sure, but either way, it won't really matter, and it will be the round there for the CLG side. They'll start off with a good economy, and that's always really annoying, especially if you're NRG on the CT side of Dust 2, and you really want that open Peter.
Well, CLG get the start they were looking for. Got the Galil coming out for Tarik. Nades onto all the T players. We see some flashes on the CT side, but again, NRG quite commonly don't go for the force buys. They like to get their recos in. So a few flashbangs for them, a few pistols here and there. Otherwise, they will be playing it safe, playing the long game. All these CTs be doing. CLG holding passive for the time being.
And LEGIJA spent some cash though. He actually spent 1,100 here. 1,100, James. From LEGIJA.
Interesting.
Has he gone too far? Has he? Is it 1 flash too many? I don't know. We'll see.
Tune in to the next 20 seconds. And then maybe you'll find out. Or maybe he'll be smoked off and rendered useless now.
Yeah, he should just save now. I think they should just save now. There's no way that they do anything. So they can use these guns in the next round. Don't die. Oh, the precious flashes, James. The precious flashes must be used. They must be used into the next round. One thing that he could actually try to do with the flashes is they didn't see it too much. Maybe it sucks. Maybe that's the reason. He could throw them from middle, like cat boost a couple players and or 1 player and throw a couple flashes over mid, like on the timing. Basically, like wait for example till 1:30. Wait 15 to 20 seconds. Get the player pushing. Tactics need to be boosted. Wow, Ortiz getting a lot of shots off here. But yeah, throw the flashes over mid at the timing when you feel like they'll be close. And hopefully the flash, because it won't go too deep, will flash players in mid and the guy on short kick and maybe get a frag. Like just you need engineer something funky there. But of course they all lose everything, James, and there will be no flashes in this round.
Of course.
Unless they buy them now, which they shouldn't because
Eco.
Because Eco. P250 is king.
So LEGIJA down to 2,200, so he's fine. He's fine for the next round. We won't have all the points. Perhaps he'll have enough, perhaps not. Fast round, it looks like.
People are dying, James.
Indeed, and that's a good thing, Dan, because there's not much to be had from this round. So, the sooner LEGIJA goes down, the better.
End it. End it now. It has been ended. It is done.
We've been spared, Dan.
Well, spared the glorious pain that is the drawn-out inevitability of the 3rd round eco of the CTs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolument.
Absolument. Practicing your French?
Yeah.
So you're going to France tomorrow to insert yourself amongst the French
To insert myself amongst the French.
Great pick there from Peter on the timing. The trade comes in quickly though from Cutler onto God B. That's a little bit unfortunate there for NRG actually. That looked like a clean pick out of Peter, but instead it's going to be traded back, which does put the T's in a really, really good spot now. What a pick there from JDM. Now Justin he doesn't like what he sees, James.
No, it is not favourable, Dan. Trades coming in, so sort of man advantage retained by CLG. There's a gap in the smoke. Peter's wanting to overextend. He's a player, avoids a flash from his teammate, and shoots through the pole, and he does finish Cutler off. So 2 versus 2, the CTs. The Ts should know where both players are if they realise how that flash came through, but you saw JDM just look over quickly towards the tunnel, so perhaps he wasn't quite sure, but he spotted Peter, gonna jiggle peek and avoid getting taken down. Peter will eventually die though to Tarik. Oh, JDM missing a rare shot, doesn't want to do that. LEGIJA hiding from double stack and puts it into a 1 versus 1. The clock is ticking though, and I don't think LEGIJA has time. He has no kit, Dan, so this round is over, but not in favour of the CTs. He will make it far enough to save the AWP though.
Yeah, that's actually a big deal in and of itself because you can just throw it onto Peter, get him to do something funky. But CLG, they should be expecting of that. In fact, actually a really good reaction to a round like this is actually to just go for a fast B play as your anti-eco, because it's very unlikely that Peter's going to have an angle early in the round on B. It's much more likely that he's going to be in mid, catwalk, long, or something like that. It's very, very unlikely he's going to be trying to be in B, because that's where he can get the least value potentially out of it. So if they did, for example, just a really fast B set piece in this round, just get in there really fast. They're playing against a couple of players with pistols. There is no way they don't take the site, and then there's nothing Peter can do in the round. But they've actually gone for like just a bit of a default. They're just hanging out in mid for a little bit, sending a player long, getting some info, and now they're finally going B. So that's good, because that's the best way to disable Peter here and his opportunities. But he doesn't want to be disabled, James.
He's not, but he may have no choice, Dan. LEGIJA, he's actually trying to kill FugLy with a Mag 7 there from great distance. I respected the attempt, but didn't work out for him, unfortunately.
You have to respect it, because in the face of something that is impossible, he tries anyway. And he knows this. This is impossible, but I will it to be.
Perhaps he was praying to the gods, Dan, but the gods may not exist in this space, CSGO space. Because
who knows?
His prayers were not answered, Dan. But when
not this time. Maybe they have been at points.
Yeah,
maybe this encourages such behavior, James, which we could only imagine that must be the reason for all mistakes in this game and overextensions.
I can only assume, Dan. That's all I can do.
Okay, well, the bomb explodes. The great mighty roar, James.
That is quite the observation, Dan.
Thank you.
5-0. NRG back on the bye, yet to make their way onto the scoreboard. Full nades for the CT side. Got a reasonable amount of money in the bank on two of the players, which is kind of awkward for them, unfortunately. We'll see if they're able to put up a better defense in this. This is a great start for CLG. It's still early days, though. It is Dust 2 after all, so anything can happen.
All the things. We have a three-man occupation in the upper dark area, though, from the CLG, as JDM's looking for the pick again, and he's so fast. And it's silent on the angle. This is really good, actually, because there's no AWP here. There's a big advantage for JDM. And there you go. He's going to get the pick straight away. Justin down. And now they just trade on silent 1 HP, and he doesn't do anything else. And that again, should be a situation where if they were to get into the site quickly, they should be able to win the round here, because Peter's there. He can try to go in, but there is just fire and smoke everywhere. So it's somewhat not, well, it's not really doable. It's frankly, will be a massive misplay, and he realizes that he backs away, and the round is essentially won because they go for the save. Now the idea here is for CLG is that they need to try to recognize this somehow, and I think that FugLy should have heard the running away, so they should be hunting now, because I think their money is quite good. I think they're around the 8 to 10k region, if I'm not mistaken.
Peter was lucky not to get taken down for free there. His scope was not showing him short, but he's alive for now. The players of CLG are hunting though, but I mean, we've seen some rounds where they were hunting guns and they were expensive for them. Obviously, it's more important for them to hunt at where they're 5-0.
Yeah, and also there's a really big difference between saving 3 guns and saving 2 guns. If you save 3 guns, you can drop and buy next round. If you don't do that, you can do it, but then there's like a guy who can't buy. So it's actually like, it makes a really big difference into the next round. But that said, they did have actually pretty reasonable bank. Surprising. I'm surprising James. And
You're also very surprising.
I'm also surprised in how much money that NRG still had left.
Well, 6-0 now. The max buy is rolling in. Dan, those checks are coming in the post on a regular basis.
I love me checks.
But those are not the checks they want.
Oh.
Those are the checks that let them survive, Dan. They don't let them live. And they want to live, Dan. But they are not dying. They are dying at the hands of JDM.
And Cutler.
As well.
Cutler will rip LEGIJA asunder. And now it's down to Peter and Justin and God B. And you can see that they're doing a really good job in just kind of, again, disabling the AWPers by hitting these B plays. Although we have a lot more chaos in this round, and there are opportunities for NRG, but it looks like, again, they're just shut out of the side. There's really not much they can do here. The flank is trying to come in to finish off the remaining players, and it almost very nearly did. Peter will escape with 19 points of health, but perhaps there's still a lot of time for him to actually try to kill here to survive. So he might still die, and that would really suck for NRG, of course, as they will not have... They actually will have a buy next round, I think, because their loss bonus is so huge, and they did have so much in the bank left, like around at $1,500. So they won't actually have a buy, even if he dies. Well, it's not going too well for NRG so far.
No, life sucks if you're on an NRG camp on this map, Dan.
Yeah.
Because they just kept taking it in the chest.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Imagine if they need Shaq to go in there in the team speak and be like, guys. Come on, guys.
You can do this, guys.
It's like your Shaq impression.
That's my Shaq voice, yeah.
Let's get into this game, guys. I believe in you guys.
I don't know if he says guys that much. I haven't seen him speak that many times.
Yeah.
He is huge, though.
He is.
Like, he is seriously... I'm tall.
Well,
He is beyond tall. There are no words to describe how tall he is. He is massive.
his biggest weight when he was playing professionally was 150 kilos, 153 or something. That's insane. that's 2 of me. That's more than 2 of me, James.
That is...
It's ridiculous.
That is pretty nuts.
Actually, no, it's not more than 2 of me.
So Hazed is having connection issues. He's always having connection issues, which is a shame. I mean, at least in the UK, right, like if you have connection issues to an IP, you can do a trace route and send it to your IP and it will fix it. But I don't know if that's the case in America. I mean, internet's really weird there.
Well, if it's a routing issue, I wish there were just proxy services. That'd be nice. Then you fix everything. Maybe even get better ping than you otherwise would get. Well, you would, actually, generally.
Oh, I think he has the VAC authentication error, actually. Or something along the lines of that.
Oh, not the dreaded VAC authentication. That's an annoying one.
That sucks, yeah. Or it was something like, yeah, something like that. Something along the lines of that.
That has like there's a few things that can be like, well, more than a few things that can cause that, and it can be a pain to figure it out. Sometimes it takes 20 minutes. I think we've had in the past, haven't we?
We have.
But we haven't actually had it in ECS. We haven't had an issue with it in ECS yet. I can't remember that because it used to happen.
I think we've had one actually. I think we've had one. Yeah.
Because you remember, like the original seasons, the first few seasons that we did together, there were loads of them.
I remember Nip had 3
3
in one
Wow.
in the space of like 10 minutes or something.
That's just not fair, is it?
One of the many times that super sub pits had to come in and.
Yeah.
I remember there was one match actually on Inferno where I think 3 people got DDoSed and Pit came in to replace someone and he got DDoSed as well. Which was just, unbelievable.
Into the crosshairs.
Yeah, all the DDoS, which is absolutely insane. It was crazy actually because I mean, it took so long for like a lot of it came from Skype, right? And it took so long for them to fix it. But there were websites that you could go to, and it would show you the last 10 IPs that someone used, which is bananas. And there was one, I think there was a Danish player who lived in a small town, and it was so small that you could like
was it Device?
DDoS maybe.
I think it might have been Device actually.
But you could like DDoS basically his entire town. And no one in the town has internet. That nobody in the town has internet, so that sucks. I can't even go to your mate's house. It's time to get in your 4G, mate. Your 4G, your wireless.
Oh, good luck out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. But one thing about bringing up Pitt is that it's really cool with Pitt. One of the coolest things with the whole Pitt situation is the fact that he was super sub for ages, and like no one could really he didn't really gel with any particular team, and then he went with Winter Fox for a while, and he went into America and stuff, and then people I guess would have underrated him a lot due to the fact that just didn't work. It just did not work at all in any way, and it just wasn't the right environment for him as well, and then no one really knew about him. And then it wasn't until NIP picked him up, at which point everyone, I think, universally probably everyone, was like, this is not going to work, or this guy is not going to be good enough, and so on and so forth. And then you see like this guy is very talented, he just needed the experience and the right structure. Now he's really, 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 really good because he's on a proper team with a proper coaching and a proper structure.
Proper direction.
And he's got experienced players around him. Like it's like the perfect environment to grow talent. And obviously he's very talented. I mean, in Malmo, Threat said that he feels like he can be the best player on the team. And this is a team we were talking about that has Geraint Forrest on it. So that does say something, doesn't it?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Well, we don't have an ETA on when this issue is going to be fixed, so we will go to a break while we wait for it to be resumed or resolved. That's the one. So bear with us, guys. We will be back as soon as possible once Taze has fixed his gaming issues. See you soon.
We're a couple of birds in a roof den, but to us it still feels like heaven. Cause we don't let the bad vibes get in, we don't let them win. Testify to the strength of a true bond, flying high over the heads of a root mob, staying at the revolution of the whole plot, kill 'em all with love. I don't care if they're talking about us. No, I don't care if they put us down. No, I don't care if the sky falls around us. We're riding on a pink cloud. Oh, oh. We're riding on a pink cloud. 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 Our mother is the boom in the baseline. Our father is the backbeat halftime. They say we were born under a bad sign. We say yes, so what? We're the ones who create our own world. Friendly assassins known as pegboard. All glory and praise to the bad Lord. Kill 'em all with love.
Welcome back home, Slice, homies, bromies.
What's a bromie?
I don't know. It's a homie with bro on it.
You're trying to create things now.
I'm supposed to. I'm in a flow consciousness, Dan. So we're back, but I haven't been given an update as to what's going on there.
So the weakest flow of consciousness to date, James. That's like when you get into a hotel and you get into the shower and
I know we're going live.
just dribbles.
I've been told we're going live, Dan, but I don't know if hazed is back.
Hazed
Okay,
is
I'm
back.
told hazed is back.
Hazed is back.
Good.
But yeah, it's just dribbling, James. There's no pressure there. There's no purpose. I like a shower with purpose.
You like a shower with purpose?
Yeah. Not just dribbling. It's like when there's like low pressure. in
Oh,
the
okay.
water,
I see what you. Okay, I thought you
Yes.
meant you literally you like to have a shower with purpose. I was like, okay, well,
No.
I don't know how we got to that, but okay. Dan likes to have a shower with purpose.
I was comparing your flow of consciousness with a terrible shower, James.
Shower of what though? Shower of water.
Yes,
Shower
James.
from a shower head.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yes.
so you were
A
talking
shower.
about having a shower.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it was weird then.
Yeah, no, I had so much context in there. We're talking about hotels and all sorts of things. You just missed it all, James. And I refuse to believe that I was incorrect in any way. So we've got 2 ops here for NRG, and they've been obviously, if you're just joining us, we had a bit of a pause there as the VAC authentication error on hazed now has been resolved, it would appear, as we're back and resuming the match. And 7-0 is a strong start for CLG, but can they contest with the double ops? They've been successful in the picking game. Will double ops be the answer, or will it further put them into the deficits?
A Molotov has been thrown down.
It appears to be ineffective.
I can understand the smoke, but I cannot understand the Molotov.
The Molotov more or less makes absolutely no sense due to the fact that you can see someone coming, well, I think everyone can work that out. We don't need to even explain that. So we're gonna have a split from the CLG side. They're setting it up currently. Oh, God, James, you gotta go in with that. You gotta go in with that flashbang. You gotta commit.
It's forcing some aggression here from the T's. We've got 3 people ready to push onto the long area, and they are keeping their backs to the wall for reasons I mentioned earlier if you were tuned in. Gobby getting the first frag. LEGIJA going down on the site. There goes Gobby down on long as well. So short and long in control of the T's at the moment, but Justin's coming in, putting in work. 3 versus 3, the CTs and CT.
But they're all in CT. That's actually, that could be a big issue here. You know, it looks quite favorable if you just look at the health and so on. But the 2 main factors is that there are 2 AWPers and their positioning is a little bit off. I mean, Peter's had to rotate. He's managed to make his way to a short now. But if that smoke goes away, hazed is going to have himself some good angles. Oh, that is a nice snap there from hazed. He'll get removed though. And this is Cutler, 1 versus 1. Very doable situation. Oh my God, that Molotov surely wins the round here. I think that's going to kill enough time. Does he have a kit? He does not have a kit, so he is absolutely screwed right now. All Cutler has to do is just force him off the bomb once, and that's that. Very well played there by Cutler, using the Molotov, landing it precisely, and picking up the round.
So another round bites the dust. Doesn't really make any sense. NRG, again, there's still a max bonus. It's 8-0. What else is there to be said? Orbs coming out. Orbs for days. They can get Orbs at least every other round. If they buy every single round, then perhaps not. But for this round, they will. So will they get around on the board at any time in this match? We are yet to find out. Tarik going for a fast play. LEGIJA just about making it into the pit, but he's dead now, of course. 2 players over on the A site. Out of position is Gobby getting caught. Cutler coming in there, but he's going to get smoked off the position. That said, there aren't many positions for NRG to hold here because the long push is coming in from FugLy. You might see pop flashes off the wall through the smoke from the CT. Silent coming in for the flank, but hazed is looking for him. And those are the warning shots. So now they'll have to defend short. hazed going to be facing the wall now. Silence in position, and hazed is getting a grenade out there. Silence pushed with a flashbang. Of course he has.
There you go. That's timing, but the frag will go the way of JDM onto Gob B, ultimately shutting down the push entirely from NRG. And NRG not having much luck wherever CLG decided to go. Initially, it was just abusive towards the B side of the map, just denying Peter from having any impact early in the match, always playing up from the A side. And then now they have finally started to go A repeatedly. And it seems that even there, these long takes are giving too much advantage to CLG. They're able to get the frags, and the positive trades. And it looks like hazed has left the building once again. That is not a good sign, James. Perhaps it is for NRG because maybe it will help to break up the momentum a little bit. But yeah, certainly this is going to be an issue. This could be an issue. This is just the start of the best of three.
I bet he's got exactly the same issue. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he has an issue, so LEGIJA's giving him an alt account to use. So
LEGIJA is. That's very nice of him.
I could have given him one, Dan. I wouldn't have, but I could have.
You got bloody 10 accounts.
I have 10 accounts, Dan.
10
Although
accounts.
now there's no point. There was a time where I wanted to get a cobblestone drop and open a Dragon Lore, Dan. And I bought 10 accounts, but I was never able to use them for that purpose because it was too many accounts, Dan. But no, it was because it was when you got the weekly drops,
Yeah.
and there was a chance to get a cobblestone case, or I think you got a drop from a cobblestone collection by doing certain missions. So I did those missions 10 times with 10 accounts, Dan, and I still failed. So I just gave up and bought.
Oh my god!
Instead.
Yeah, that is so much time. I actually remember you doing those. I actually remember you doing that. That was actually about this time last year. I remember you doing that, and I was very disappointed. I was an onlooker, and I was like, "What is he doing?" I'd always because we were in an older studio, and I'd always end up leaving to the gym and then coming back to pick up stuff, and you'd still be there on cobblestone. I'm like, what a waste of time! What a waste of time!
I was grinding, Dan. I was grinding.
Just on that grind, that cobblestone case
grind. Yeah.
The worst kind of grind.
The worst kind of grind.
worst kind of grind.
Speaking of cobblestone cases, actually, we've replenished our giveaway cache. So I don't want to do one today though because we bought loads of stuff from the Steam market, which means we can't send it for a week, which kind of sucks. Although if the subscribers make enough noise before the end of this map, then maybe we'll do one case. Maybe. There are 3 subscribers in the chat. We're not doing a case today. We'll do one next week. We'll do a lot next week. We got some fun stuff coming up for you guys. But again, we've got issues with hazed, so it's going to be a long night here in North American Counter-Strike. We're going to go to a break once again and wait for this to be resolved. We will see you soon.
Close my eyes, it's all coming to me. Who said these walls could never be breached? We all long for that one thing, a life that's worth living. And tonight there'll be a reckoning. I am ready. Are you with me?
Welcome back. James, I press this button, sometimes it flashes.
That's
nothing
hilarious
happens.
because I realised that my button was off. And then I heard you say welcome back. So I thought, all right, saved. And then yours was off as well. I was like, all right, never mind. It's back to normal for Dan and James.
Usually I'm all right with my buttons, but
Why turn the microphone on?
usually your microphone's not plugged in. You just unplug it. It's like, I'm going to unplug this now.
Yeah, that is also true.
I'm going to unplug it, sit on it. Great.
Yeah, that is also true. That's really awkward, but sometimes producer can save us. Put it on Dan Cam while James sorts his stupid self out. So Hayes is gone, and we return with the LILMAN.
Yeah, he subbed for them previously when Hayes had issues. And he did okay. He's not a professional player, but I think he plays FPL. And maybe he's like top tier, maybe he's like summit level. I don't know. Like, you know, top tier streamer.
Set yourself on fire. Self-immolation level.
Self-immolation level.
Self-immolation. Hopefully not, because that's not what CLG need at the moment. What they need is a quick victory. They are 9-0 up at present.
Yeah.
Will it continue? Will the LILMAN?
Don't do it.
I don't know.
So you're going to come up with something incredibly lame. But you couldn't think of something incredibly lame to say, so we are safe for now, but I'm sure it will be delivered upon in the near future. So we have the double up still rolling in for the NRG side. Max money, or loss bonus, of course. And Silen's going to get the pick on Tarik. Something that has been going very well for CLG in more or less almost, well, most of these rounds is that they're getting the early picks. This time, 2 players going down. Cutler's going to try to get his Dennis on if he gets the earlier European match with Mouse Sports, but it's not going to work out. And this is not really the best way to start the first round with a sub. Everyone walks in and dies just immediately. So that is, I should say, suboptimal. But now, Ian's going to be burning a little bit. He'll be finished off. I think he just completely shot through the smoke there. I'm not sure. Either way, it will be a round for NRG. And it's unfortunate for CLG because had they actually killed 3 or 4 players there in that round, the way it works out with the money is that they could have actually immediately reset NRG, of course. And that's now not going to be the situation. If they win this round, there will still be a buy for NRG. They can still buy something. So they will have to be quite dominant. They want to really crush NRG and their economy in the following rounds. Peter taking, you know, an angle that we often see him go for, which is it's a great one. It's one of the safest aggressive angles you can have as an AWPer, up on shorts. And Tarik just going for a little bit of abuse with his teammates, trying to get that info. Honestly, if they spotted that there's 2 players in mid like this, the A play needs to come in, but they move straight into Peter, and that's the issue. Oh, it gets flashed off. Will he go for the repeat? Of course he will, but into JDM. JDM was predicting that, and now there's an opening on the A side for CLG, but will they take it?
We see the CTs already going for the lurk. Leggy's going to get taken down. Surely, oh, he sees the bomb. Turns around just at the right time, but Cutler manages to survive. Instantly trade, though. The bomb is down. The lurker, sorry, the lower tunnel player for the CTs got taken down as well. And the bomb will be rescued. Silent getting taken down, exiting the B bomb site towards CT spawn, leaving Gobby alone, playing around the smoke, surely to be spotted by JDM. Indeed, he sees him, but he gets taken down. The bomb down again. FugLy to trade. CLG will survive with 3 players. NRG win 1 round after 9 and get reset.
Absolutely. Although, as I mentioned, they have just enough to get a nice buy in there, so CLG has to do it again. And we'll have to see if they are able to do that. Typically, CLG have been winning just the picks, which is a really, really nice sign if you're playing Dust 2, if you're just winning those pick battles. And it's very frustrating for the CTs. Now we'll have, where's JDM? It looks like JDM must be on the long peak. And Silence there, as we can see, with his teammate playing the close rifle setup. This is potentially quite strong. It looks like Peter does take down JDM after all. So the early picking attempt from JDM not going to be very fruitful, unfortunately, for CLG. They will be without the fruits that they deserved. We shall
Wired,
see.
tired, expired.
Conspired, admired.
Retired. We can leave it there then.
Okay.
We've got a pop flash coming through to the mid doors, and Tarik is going to go with a no-scope. FugLy holding the angle, but it will be the LILMAN to take Justin down.
LILMAN. And he will be able to make that a 4 versus 3 then. A bit of damage sustained there onto FugLy. However, he will be able to get the frag in the end after all. Gobby is dead, and NRG are going to have to rely on Peter now as they go into this bomb site. There's the flick so fast. Oh, wow, that is a great shot there out of FugLy, to be honest. Peter looked like he was safe, but he gets tagged just at the last second through the lip of the ledge, and in comes Silent for the 1 versus 3. A doable situation, although he has no nades and no kit, so perhaps it's not that doable after all. We shall have to see if he's going to get a fast kill. Not happening so far, and these players are fairly spread out at this point. One on the side, and also seeing some damage in here, but the triple face, what are you going to do? 11-1, CLG still dominant. The little man still providing, well, he's only provided 1 frag so far, and 2 deaths. So, well then.
NRG, they're in a slum stand. They are experiencing poverty. They are unable to buy much in this round to save so they can fight better in the few rounds to come in this first half. So let's see what CLG can do. Probably a lot, all things considered. LEGIJA is aggressive towards short. Again, unless you have somebody in a position like LILMAN, you're not going to see that short push coming in. So it's always important to bear that in mind when you are on an anti-eco. Short boost is fairly common. And you need to get to the CT side of suicide to get some work done. Peter's position is wallbangable with an AWP. You can do some damage with an AK there as well, but I have not measured it yet. It's hard to do with bots because they tend to run away. Oh, LEGIJA goes down. Standard stuff. I wouldn't say NRG have control of long. I'd say they have somebody in long, but with these little pistols, they don't really have control of anything at the moment. Their destiny is not in their control.
Oh, Gobby might be able to find something, maybe. No. Tap, tap, tap. And Gobby fades away. And he reemerges into the next round. 12-1.
Well, would you look at that then?
Yeah, it's
would you look
it's
at
good.
this?
It's good to see him back, James.
Glad to
He's
be
gone
back.
for too long.
Well, 12-1. Not much to say really. Just see if the slaughter will continue, Dan, or if the UN will finally step in and let the slaughter continue, of course.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they frankly give a damn.
See, so we have a 2-man push here on short, and again, don't have somebody top mid, can't see it coming. We've got FugLy around the corner, but he may leave to a nasty surprise. Ooh, he is smart enough to hold his angles, and LEGIJA gets taken down. A good start, but a bad finish in LEGIJA for that round.
Yeah, that's actually really important, is to understand with your opening, and this can easily be a fort that's bypassed by most players. Hello, Steam community page. A fort that's bypassed by most players, and that is from from a macro perspective, the setup that your team has. What are the weak spots? What are the blind spots? Although it's hard for some players to actually see that, because FugLy understood that someone could have pushed mid there, so he was diligent. He expected that maybe that could be a possibility, and he was right.
He is a seasoned veteran there.
Exactly, and that's going to pay off massively. Oh, the push comes in with the flashbang. 1 for 1 though. That's not going to do the CTs any favors, I don't think. And Peter is left with a lot to do here on the site.
And he's got no orb to do it with. The Molotov going straight for his position. He will be forced away from there. And the little man is coming in to take the big man down there. And he heads on exactly that, straight to the face. 3 versus 2 now, as we have trades coming in for both sides. Now Justin's alone versus 3. And it's a familiar story, Dan. I sense sadness, borderline depression.
Despair. Desperation.
I sense mercy, Dan, from the hands of Tarik.
Well, the slaughter will continue.
This will be the second 14-1 if it goes that way that we've seen in 2 games, Dan.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you guys missed it, envious 14-1 Mousesports on Mirage, which was Mousesports' pick, and they on the T side of Mirage. So that was pretty interesting. I haven't seen too many of those. But either way, it's going to be CLG now making the move in towards B. And now they're going to stop moving into B. They're going to not be moving into B anymore.
Confirmed, Dan.
Confirmed, stopped the push. And that is because they were met with the smoke, it would seem. So they don't want to flash through the smoke. I think they just wanted to run in there, basically. Obviously, if JDM got the pick in middle, they just continue to run in. But that's not the case. So they're going to hold their horses and set up the proper play. And this Mag 7 could do some work, but the first shot is missed. And it's down to Justin. He's going to get 2 frags there with that scout, and he still has not been removed from the double crate stack position. This is quite annoying, I must say, here for the CLG side. He is still getting to rattle off all the shots that he wants. Oh my god, he was running, I guess, when he shot that. Looks dead on, but he will get it done with the USP instead. And Justin is able to fire more or less all of the bullets that there is in the scout. And the round is won, finally by NRG. So you well and truly jinxed that one, James. Good job to you, sir.
We had loads of glorious flashbangs coming in there for the CT side. I've never seen people so blind for so long in a game of Counter-Strike. 13-2, NRG double their score at the last opportunity in the first half then. They doubled their score.
They have, but will they have double the chances?
I suppose so. I don't know. How do you even calculate that?
Yes, there you go. Now you're like, wait a second. This could actually be a complicated question.
I want to say yes, Dan. I just want to talk with consistency and deliver in this voice. So,
You can pretty much say anything. Like, you could just say anything in that voice.
yeah, I mean, we have been the previous few days, Dan.
LEGIJA is currently riding a unicorn.
He is riding a unicorn, and he is flying through the air. He is soaring through the air on said unicorn. Glorious. Back to you, Dan.
All right, well, it's down to the long play coming in from NRG to try to give them that early run advantage. And that's allowing them just to go for the straight close, and FugLy cannot get it into safety. It's JDN that will pick off a frag in a trade, but he really wants to keep them at arm's length if he has really long arms, because you really want to keep them very far away if you have the USPs, where it is going to be favorable on the range. And Tarik, if they can just continue to buy time for Tarik's rotation, Tarik could come up with a big play, but these Ts are not to be denied the push onto the bomb site, and Tarik is still a little bit too far away. There is a player coming back to cover the back here. Although he has been distracted, has now got Beast down. So Tarik has an opening again. Oh, the one-on-one will not go the way of Tarik. It's all LEGIJA in an instance. And will it be all LILMAN? He needs to do something. He's the healthy player of the two for CLG as he goes in now, trying to rattle off those shots, find those kills. But so far, they are not going to be arriving for LILMAN. And LILMAN is now reduced to even smaller pieces.
The little man, Dan, was not up to the task. You see what I did there?
No.
Oh, come on. He's little. He's small man. He's not up like heights.
Oh, you're
He's
talking
a little
about
man.
heights. Okay.
So he's not up to the task. So we have these this strat, which we keep seeing 4 HEs, 5 HEs. We see it again, but we haven't really seen it work yet. I think maybe we saw a kill on Cobblestone. Maybe we saw 2 kills actually with it, or 2 like gradual kills. But I want to see some full-on, proper, unadulterated carnage. Then I want to see savagery at its finest. I want to see some Cal Drogo tier madness going on, executions, blood everywhere. Ransacked houses, all the wheat taken, that kind of business. With these HEs, Dan.
Well, wheat is important for the growth of the community, James. You need to feed them, but I hope they don't do that. That sounds very mean.
Bit early. Early bird misses the one.
That's a bad miss.
And that's a bad
Oh,
miss.
that's a bad miss.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
So, Mac-10's looking to try to get some information. Oh, that nade. It did some damage.
The little man has deployed his HE, Dan. But there have been no kills with these HEs, or any kills whatsoever for the ecoing CT sides. As I say that, there's of course a kill onto God B, onto the import Dan. The shadow is spotted by Justin, who will find a kill. So FugLy and Cutler remain. They are too far away to find any frag. Silent going for a flashy spray, but it will not work, unfortunately, for him. But the follow-up shots will Dan. 13-4. 9 rounds for NRG to catch up. CLG still in a position to eco. Cutler has opted for one more HE, Dan. One more HE, like they say in poker.
One time.
One time.
One
or
time.
One more.
One time.
One time. Who used to say that? Was it Fuji's?
I'm not sure.
One time. Yeah, it was. Killing me softly, Dan. Says one time, like loads of time.
Here we go.
Just one time, more than one time.
I know. That's why it's amazing. So, well, it's also.
In fairness, he does also. I think he does also say 2 time and 3 time at some point.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah. So there are many times then.
It's actually quite a complex structure consisting of times.
I'm glad we got through this during the eco round.
Yeah. Poker references, I guess, for anyone that is aware of those things. Or, I guess, like the 2+2 forums. I didn't. I just knew poker nerds, and they would come up with this stuff all the time. They tried to indoctrinate me, but I resisted. Resisted the indoctrination. But will there be resistance here from CLG? I mean, they've been getting run over, of course, because they lost that pistol round. But now it's time for them to stand tall, stand proud. And it looks like Peter will be denied the early pick there. He gets burned, he gets singed.
He appears to be on fire, Dan.
Just singed, he just singed. He's okay.
Health and safety standards have been breached.
It's okay. No one cares about them anyway. We've got Tarik on the peak here. Oh wow, spots the shin. We all know it hurts a lot if you get shot in the shin. Now it has to be now the players towards the A site here directly to defend. But interesting that they rotate FugLy. That screams kind of that the interpretation is okay. It's to actually get a boost in there, but still that kind of feels like their interpretation is that there's going to be a B play. But then if there was to be one, only FugLy would be able to see anyone. So this is kind of interesting because this setup, is it really good to defend A? Well, I guess we're going to see right now as NRG are looking to try to go for a set piece. They could actually harass with nades to try to pull rotation, of which there already has been pulled, and then go for the cat drop into B. That's also a play that a lot of teams like to make, and they can do it from this position. It looks like they're going to go for the... Oh, are they going to do it? It looks like they might be trying to do it. At least Peter's trying to get an angle there towards CT.
Ooh, double peek.
Interesting setup.
Well, they're making their way over to the A sites here. Peter's coming through and getting taken down as well. JDM is putting in work as per usual, getting flashed off the angle. We'll see if the bomb can get planted. It is moving over towards the site, but all the CTs are indeed alive here. Justin just about surviving, but he's the only man left. And the bomb is not planted.
Yeah, that's a really big deal here, that JDM was able to make all those frags, but maybe this can be saved here from Justin. Oh, okay, no, he has no time. Never mind. He's got no time. 2 HP, almost. Can they kill him after time? Oh, it's quite... Oh, yeah, he dies after time. Justin.
And there's
the
GG.
No loss bonus for you. So it's going to be interesting to see if CLG can just close this. You have to say though, there wasn't enough respect for JDM AWPing from Car, because you got maybe the best AWPer in North America on the Car position. His job there is to just wreck everybody. If you're going to face him, he's going to kill you. That's like, to not have him flashed away or smoked away or pushed there from DT is a little bit seems a little bit scary.
Well, Peter in deep early with the AWP, and he will get naded in the long doors and warded off the position because it is too late now.
Deeper than KSMG, perhaps.
Indeed, Dan. Perhaps. We have one player in CT spawn for the CTs, and that's FugLy. 2 in B, 1 long, and 1 car. You can guess who's over towards car. Tarik actually has got a scout in this position. Tarik is playing over towards the B-bomb site with the scout. And CLG simply waits. They bide their time, Dan. Time is being bided, if that makes any sense.
I understood. Oh, if Tarik had an AWP, Peter had died. But that said, Peter is more or less a walking corpse at this point. 6 HP, but will there be a finish? And that's what you were talking about earlier. Sometimes that Molotov just doesn't do anything. FugLy runs straight through the smoke to try to get the spray in, and it's not really going to do too much. I mean, sure, there's some damage, but who is there to finish it off? The answer is no one. Spoilers.
How do you do 94 in 1 with a scout? Because it looked like a clean shot, but he must have shot him in the head through a wall.
I suppose it must have been.
Because how else do you do 94 in 1 with a scout? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I've never seen it before.
Maybe he modded his scout.
Or have I?
Maybe the scout is modded, in fact. Maybe he's shooting... Maybe he's got different type of scout bullets, James.
I do not recall
non-standard
seeing such damage done with a scout on a shot like that. Where, I mean, maybe the server registered it like through the red box. That's the only thing, because he was fairly like in the middle of the hallway. So that's the only thing I can think it would have collided with. Anyway, we have another round on the board for NRG. How long can they keep this going for? LILMAN's up to 7 frags now, so he's putting in work for the team.
He's pulling some amount of weight.
LILMAN's doing LILMAN things.
An indistinguishable amount of weight is being pulled.
LILMAN doing as LILMAN does that.
How does LILMAN do?
Well, you're about to find out. Well, not about to, you can sneak around that. But perhaps afterwards, you should find out. So we have NRG doing the usual, clearing out things. I mean, they have to look up for Cutler here because he has He said that, never mind. They no longer have to look out for Cutler. They've taken his weapon away. They've taken the sight away. That sight has not been received. Neither is that weapon. So there is no danger here for CLG. Tarik has a small gun, and he's in low cover. And Leg is dead. And Silent might die as well. But he won't. So NRG have brought themselves to half the score of the CLG now. The struggle continues, Dan. The pilgrimage continues.
All right. Still saving RCLG. Still saving. They want the big buys. They want the AWPs out there. And they want to just close this map out because they probably feel, after losing hazed like that, they probably feel a little bit down.
Maybe he'll be back from map 2.
That's a possibility.
Because he just has one of those fiddly VAC issues where it says, something on your PC is blocking VAC.
You're not allowed to play. You're not allowed to play that right now for some reason that we'll think of later.
I had that once or twice, like years ago. No idea what caused it. It's very frustrating. Yeah. Anyway, CLG on this double eco here, basically. So we're going to watch a whole lot of nothing in this round, and then explosions.
I don't know what those flyers say.
I do wonder.
Or what they advertise. Maybe it's their advertisements, or maybe they... Oh, I had to think there. Oh, if he steals away this orb, that's a big deal. That is kind of nice.
Nice. He's got a long way to run, though, to escape the angle from LEGIJA. And he goes for the cheeky peek, and now he's dead. And Tarik is stuck on the B-bomb site, and he won't be able to retrieve this AWP. There are 2 people in the way. He is just trying to hold on to his deagle. I guess he's holding an off angle, actually, because he can buy next round. So he's waiting for somebody to pass. He is putting his crosshair, so he will fire as soon as his brain tells him somebody's there. And it should...
Oh, wow.
For a headshot.
He actually showed himself. Justin was looking at the position, but I think he must have somehow not seen Tarik there. That's interesting. It's quite interesting. I'm interested. But now it's time for the buy for CLG. And they are thinking, one time.
Well, 2 times.
2 times.
Because they are at 14 rounds, Dan.
But no, but just this one, James. Just this one.
Are we going to see a mirror image of the CLG performance by NRG on their T side? Is no one able to get CT rounds on Dust 2 today?
Sometimes that seems to happen.
I suppose if the T's make a fast aggression like that and you put your CTs in the wrong position, then there's not much you can do. Oh, LILMAN trying to hold an off angle, but Peter coming in on the hunt.
I actually feel bad for LILMAN there. I actually feel really bad for him. Just, you're dead now. Great.
That totally sucks.
Brilliant.
But it hasn't been capitalized on by NRG. They are, in fact, taking passive positions. And
all right, then. Look at that body, James. It's just, oh, there is a response. Peter was knocking at the door. He's kicking it down.
Things are getting weird now.
And because GDM showed up.
Yeah, because the bomb is outside long. NRG have 2 players in long. They've got 1 player at the top of B, and B's been abandoned by CLG, but they're so far away from the rotation, and they haven't put a man in there to find out, although they're rotating out of long. So what is their play now? NRG have given up all their map control.
Are they going to go short? Is that why they're smoking Xbox here? Oh, the CT's just smoked Catwalk as well. That's interesting. At almost the same timing.
They've got 40 seconds. They don't know if anybody's in B. They might be going for a split where they only have people on short because they are banking on the CTs not pushing long. But if it goes wrong, Dan, if it goes wrong, then they will lose the round. It's that simple.
You know what would be really good here, James? A run boost.
A machine gun.
A run boost through the smoke. MVS have shown us the way. Run boosts for days. So we'll see now the push coming in. As you said, 15 seconds to plant the bomb. Now surely JDM will realize this, but no, he's going to die. They'll have time to plant now, and CLG will lose the round. So that just happened. CLG will lose the round just straight away. They had to get those frags immediately, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, oh well, Tarik is going to try to clutch this. Perhaps he can do it. He's going to get shot from 2 sides though, so there's no chance. And another round for NRG. So they will make it 14-9 now, and CLG need another save round.
Are we seeing any short aggression on buy round from CLG? Because that seems to be
really
standard in Europe at the moment.
Not really so much. Yeah, to some extent, yeah.
I mean, NRG are being allowed to play their game, and they're simply picking people off. The little man goes down again, Dan. The little man is even smaller now.
It's just like Peter is just so savage with his AWP. It's actually quite amazing, like how good he is with it. It's really interesting how much you can do with an AWP and how the styles can be so vastly different. Because even if you're an aggressive AWP or that's kind of your forte, there's still the types of decisions that you take. There's so many types of decisions you can take with an AWP. If you understand the fundamentals of AWPing and how it works to get advantages with AWPs, there's just so many things you can do. There's so many different ways to be smart. And actually, we're getting some frags here with these pistols. So, and guns perhaps being claimed. Let's see if anything more than the AK can be picked up. There are some guns around the catwalk area. This is a very losable round for NRG if they're not careful. They are going to actually be very slow here because they're not sure if the site is clear, which will give key moments for the guns to be picked up by CLG. And we will see the bomb slowly but surely be planted now on the bomb site. But where will the plant be?
That was a goose Molotov from God B. Although I wonder if it covers the entire hiding area, but that's definitely one to practice at home, one to learn. One to look into, one to review. So 3 CTs, only 1 with Kevlar, and they start to push in from short. Peter doing all the right things to stop them. Tarik going to take it in the face. FugLy, last man standing, running away, saving the AK for the next run, which will save his team a little bit of money. But NRG just continue to win rounds here. It's going to be 14-10. NRG moving into double figures versus CLG.
Yeah, so it's going to take a while here. It would seem for CLG to actually get something done, assuming that they can't, have success on this next buy round. It's starting to seem very possible that NRG could even just win this map. Their money's really good. They're playing against a CLG that doesn't have hazed, doesn't have has a stand-in instead. And despite the fact that LILMAN, he can hold his own, it's not the full team, it's not the full force of the CLG squad. So that might be an issue going forwards, but it's back to the double ops. Maybe this can be successful if Peter's not going ham all the time. But there's 2 ops here now. LEGIJA picked up 1 as well.
So here comes the aggression now. JDM making it all the way through short, looking for the peekers. Just as he moves away, of course, they will move into range. There is a player through suicide, and the crouch will save Peter. Getting tagged through the wall, actually, probably saved him. JDM will make his exit. So that's the aggression we need to see from CLG. Only have a 4-round gap now versus NRG. Again, it was, I think, a 13-2 half. And they have come all the way back of NRG, almost. Still a bit of work to do. And JDM is still lurking. Flashed, and he will make his exit. So NRG has done enough harassment, and they've done it without costing them any players. The bomb is outside B, however, which may be their ultimate destination. They are in position to go for a cat drop. I think that they might be holding a smoke. If you just look on the... oh, it's a bit too late now, but if you look at the player's utility, the nades on the sides, when they are holding a nade prime, it shows it in white. So whatever is selected at the time is in a brighter white than... Fatih blind's going to go down. LILMAN gets a 2-man spray down. He needs to get out there, though, popping the flash. He doesn't have time to reload his gun, but the T's have been warded off. Moving towards B now. They've got Tarik to deal with. He is on the site with an AWP, and he's got LILMAN coming in to help him out. That's a 3K for LILMAN. Finally goes down. Tarik to trade, though, and Tarik will finish off God B as well. Map point finally comes here for CLG. LILMAN coming through with the gear, with the goods. Too legit to quit. LILMAN, here all day, here all week. Whenever you need him, whenever hazed has internet issues, VAC authentication error, Gaben business, other crap. LILMAN is ready for this. 15-10, NRG back on the buy, of course. With the success they've had, they've made money. They've spent that money now, and they can afford no more errors.
Yeah, it's getting very worrying, isn't it? Again, with NRG, you always have to respect that they can just accomplish something. I mean, they can create things, but looks like
create a shallow grave for LEGIJA.
Yeah, the CLG can destroy things in the name of NRG. So
get a spade, Dan. LEGIJA's dead.
I have all the spades. So we'll see whether or not CLG can just, sit on this advantage and continue to grow the advantage, to water it, to see it prosper into more advantages. It's down to NRG to make the move, and they're deciding to edge their way into middle. Perhaps Peter can get a pick is what they're thinking, or get the information that they need. Seeing nobody in CT does indicate that it's very likely a 2-3 setup instead of a kind of a 1-2 two setup. And that does mean that the B bomb side is much more vulnerable because the rotation time is very long. So if they interpret this correctly, they should go B. Absolutely, and they need to be quick about it because the whole part of the strength of it is the fact that they don't have much vision in mid, and that the rotation time is very long. And here you go, the re-smoke from Cobb B, and the B split will, or rather just the straight up B push will commence. They've also dropped another man, so 5 versus 3 here. I do believe that CLG are playing this smart. They've actually pushed a player from long now as well, so they should be able to shore up the defense. But JDM doesn't even need any help right now in the bomb site. So far, so good. JDM pulling out the pistol, now down to Gold B. But he is dead, and that will be the not only the round, but finally the map for CLG. It looked so dominant, it looked like they were going to almost win 16-2 or something, but then you know, Stanley jumps in, and things start to get a little bit weird for CLG and NRG. They start to come to life, and perhaps too little, too late.
Yeah, I don't know if there's too much to say for that, despite the score, because obviously CLG had a massive, rampant, dominant half, and then Peter helped it. I mean, Peter wasn't even top fragging, but he got lots of important frags and kind of ruined rounds for CLG. So he did that until CLG could take it over the line there with the LILMAN. So we'll see if hazed can make it back for map 2. Anything you want to add, Dan?
No, not particularly. I'm just curious to see how CLG will be faring on train. Obviously, it's the best map for NRG most of the time. And with Peter hitting these kinds of shots, you've got to expect that there's going to be a strong T side for NRG. So I'm just wondering if CLG will be competitive against that, or how the map is going to look.
Well, while we go to a break, make sure you download the Score Esports app on Google Play or the iOS App Store if you want to keep up with esports and scores. We'll see you back here in a few minutes for map 2 of this best of 3.